on a 2-foot. The frog is on a 3'1" pedestal, so that's going to be the highest up. He did reinforce the dragonfly with more structural bands on the wings.
Okay, all right.
You can't see them, but they're strengthening. They've incorporated it kind of into the
Looks like, okay.
So it does look quite a bit more durable.
It would be fun when we do the ribbon cutting for this to bring in a local arts group with a bunch of kids to do cut paper and have them try to recreate what they see.
Yeah. Great.
Paper and found objects.
I know that Skycrest is probably the closest school, Skycrest School of the Arts. So they'd be very appropriate.
Yep.
Delphi Academy is nearby as well. So there's that one. And the last one we've got is the spider, which is kind of a little scarier.
Are they holes that somebody could put an LED light inside for Halloween?
That would be interesting. You know, if something were done on the park trail, like a haunted hayride, we could very well light some LEDs up to make the creatures come alive a little bit more.
I could argue that positively and negatively.
Yeah, that's true. Might want to have some
Glow stick.
more subdued colors on the spider and some brighter colors on the fish and the moor hen.
Need the
Don't want to
fangs.
terrorize the children.
Right. This could be the spooky station.
Speaking of which, these are at the park. I can't remember. We talked about there was going to be lit up. Is there night lights?
No, there won't be any lights on these at night since the park will be closed at dusk. We want to just kind of keep them quiet as well with the hours of the park.
That's fantastic, Christopher. Really, really have come a ways.
Yeah, thank you. They've come along. All right.
We can move to 4.2. Review the public art fund balance.
Well, I've got very good news with no bad news. During the budget review process, our budget team found $65,000. That was unutilized, 65 and change. That was unutilized in the public art miscellaneous fund. That's been moved over to the public art fund proper.
All right.
And so our balance is $156,715.
Wow.
They didn't take it away.
And that is separate from our maintenance account. So this is for commission, this is for special initiative projects, this is for supporting through our grant program, all sorts of different things that we can do to kind of expand presence in the community.
Excellent.
Whether we're coordinating it or if we're doing it in partnership with a local arts entity. So it's really nice to be able to sit on an amount like that and feel comfortable not having to worry if we do grant some funds to an agency that we wouldn't have enough funding for our own project as well.
That's a
Well,
big balance.
congratulations.
Yeah, I was very pleasantly surprised that day.
See if they can find it next year, too.
Yeah.
Just
Take
saying.
the cushions and see if there's anything
That's
under
right.
there.
It wouldn't have to be 65,
Isn't
but
it funny how they just mythically, we found it.
Yeah.
How did you lose it?
Where was it? I think what it might be related to is Countryside Fire Station put their contribution over to the Public Art Fund. I think some of that did not move
okay.
originally, and it might have been other minor miscellaneous projects, but the bulk of it was probably from that station.
Well, you know, that's got to go towards the police department because it's right there. Police District 3, come on, that was my big gripe. Where's the public art for the fire station?
We do have quite a bit at District 3. That's 107,000, I think.
Jeez.
Wow. That's a lot, too. Well, we'll see. We'll see
We'll
what
find a
they
way
do.
to make
That's
it.
right.
Awesome.
All right.
Item 4.3, review and update on the downtown Clearwater mural program phase 2.
Well, I'm pleased to say that we have our 3 artists, and we're beginning to zone in on dates now. April 24th will be our first installation, if you will. Cecilia Luesa will be painting the intersection of Garden Avenue and Cleveland Street. So that's not too far from here. It's right at the eastern edge of the closure for downtown, and will be a really nice sprucing up of that intersection. She's working on some designs for that now. Her backup date would be the 26th, which is a Monday, but we hope to get her done within the weekend, assuming good weather. She's hiring some local volunteers as well, local artists, so it's good to see that the funds that we're expending are staying in the community, and this is in partnership with the CRA.
Okay.
The next one is for mid-May, and that is by DOS. And I can actually, well, hasn't gone through CRA yet, so I will show you at our next meeting the rendering for that.
Okay.
It looks really cool. It is, I can tell you that it's DOS's signature bright color style, and he's using native plants and native flowers as part of the design. And so that's the east facade of 701 Franklin Street. It'll look really great from the road. Very joyful and happy looking piece. And so he'll come in mid-May, and then we're looking at June for MJ Lindo Lawyer. She's still working on her design. She's going to do the west side of that building, so the side facing the Pinellas Trail. So we'll get quite a few people traveling up and down. The reason we selected it that way is because DOS's work lends itself to viewing from quite far away, which the traveling traffic on Myrtle and Court Street going out to the beach will be able to see it. With MJ's work, it invites more of a close-up perspective. There's more human form in it, and so that works really well with the trail side.
Awesome. Can't wait.
So by by the early part of the summer, we'll have 3 new murals.
Yeah.
Also working with the Station Square Garage, the folks there, on doing a mural that faces the inside of the park, which is on a parking structure. It's a multi-level. I believe it's 4 levels, but 3 are accessible. And that'll look really, really neat. When the 4 artists that they've selected to create designs for it are very talented.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome.
Great. The last item that we have, 4.4, review of mural funding request from the Historical Society.
That one I'm going to ask to continue to our next meeting, if that's okay with the board.
Yeah, that's perfect.
That'll be fine. That would be our June meeting?
Yes. I believe it's June.
I thought that was a good news, bad news. We just found 60 grand, and we need 80.
Didn't get the bad news.
Nope. Nope, just giving in this season.
Yeah.
We found 65, but we lost 7.
That's a lot of money to find.
You don't put that on the record, man.
No, that's
Come on.
was not said.
Strike that. Okay, so was there any additional information that you wanted to provide, Christopher, on the director's report?
Yeah, just wanted to update you on a few things. And sadly, actually, this came quite suddenly. Member Potts has passed away.
Oh, no.
Do not know what he's passed from, but it was recently, I believe last week.
Oh my.
And so we will miss having him on the board.
Yeah, definitely.
Definitely brought a big presence in his seat.
Mm-hmm.
And so, we will do our best to fill that vacancy. And
His position was it a dedicated professional?
contracting or
Contract.
architectural.
Just last week, huh? Wow.
So definitely thinking of his family.
Yeah,
in
definitely,
mind.
definitely.
A couple other projects that I'm working on. The lighting for the Memorial Causeway Bridge is on hold for the time being. It was viewed very positively by the council, but what they're trying to do is settle in all the allocations and designs for Coachman Park as part of Imagine Clearwater, and hope to revisit the bridge once those decisions are made, and we can take some funding or identify some funding and put it towards the Memorial Causeway. Also, we'll bring forward a presentation to council to discuss the naming opportunity for, or rather a plaque recognizing the Coachman family and the history of Coachman Park, as well as the council members that had brought us to that point. So that'll be a monument-sized piece, but that'll be brought to council in the next month or so, maybe a little more than that, but to discuss with them what they'd like to see as far as the look and feel, essentially, of it. And then I'll work with some locals to design that up, bring it back for discussion. So it's early in the process, but we want to make sure that that's a point of discussion and kind of honing in on something that works very well for them. And then also, I will be giving a talk as part of World Creativity and Innovation Week on April the 19th. I'll be discussing, my program will actually be called Ecovention, and it'll be discussing sustainable artwork, but also environmental artwork, and how the history of that process has grown from the 70s to today, where we're seeing a lot more artists turning towards their work as advocacy, alerting people of climate change, habitat loss, animal loss, and the danger that a changing planet poses to us. So going through the history of those and talking about a few case studies of projects that have happened recently and the impacts that they've had. It's very community oriented, and so if you have a chance, I'll email you the link to sign up. Please do share it. It's a free program. And Jerry is coordinating our local chapter of that, so happy to be part of that.
Nice. Is it going to be in person or all online?
It'll be virtual.
If you want to sit outside of Chris's home and watch him through the window, I'm sure he won't mind.
Yes.
Right? You'll hear our dog barking quite a bit. There may be a half-clothed child running around. He does not like wearing everything.
It's perfectly normal.
Yeah. Ben, so in 20 years from now, you'll hear a record of me saying that.
There you go.
Awesome.
That's all I've got.
Okay. Chris, I would like to, if you could provide me the contact information for Board Member Potts. I think it would be appropriate for, I could send a note as a chair of the board thanking him and his family for his time and our condolences.
Yeah, absolutely.
That would be very nice.
Agreed.
Thank you. I will get that to you.
Yeah.
Thank you. No, appreciate that.
Item 6, board members to be heard. Anybody have anything special? I know Jerry just was tagging me up on. It wasn't that Christopher was presenting, but.
Oh, it was totally that Christopher was
Okay,
presenting.
all
So I don't necessarily have prepared information, but if you go to my Facebook, my favorite art place is Facebook. We are putting on World Creativity and Innovation Week again. It's an international event. It's starting out, we have over 48 speakers. Christopher, of course, is my favorite and the best. We have 10 people speaking on the subject of art and the environment. The concept is Gate Global Goals and how to solve problems creatively and innovatively from a planetary, country, city, state, business, and personal family level. So The whole thing is free. It begins on the 15th because that's Leonardo da Vinci's birthday, but we're starting it on the 14th at 8 p.m. because that's GMT midnight time.
Okay.
And it goes until the 21st because the next day is Earth Day, so we will have solved all the problems of the Earth, theoretically. But we've got some fascinating, and I don't want to take up too much time, but we've really got some amazing speakers. I'm very excited.
Non-Facebook user, got another way to get
I will send you something
LinkedIn?
personally.
LinkedIn?
LinkedIn works.
Jerry, send it to me so I can send it to.
I cannot. I will send it to Christopher and he will send it to you.
I appreciate the,
No, I appreciate
Yeah.
it because, thanks for letting me say something.
yeah.
No, awesome. Sounds awesome. I'm definitely very interested.
And feel free to share with friends and family and
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
absolutely.
businesses and organizations.
Any other board members, any items?
Chris and I are working on, there's some display cases in front of the parking garage at the municipal building that we're working on like a call for artists, for emerging artists, underrepresented artists to be able to showcase their work for like a 3-month period of time to try to give some more visibility to like recent graduates and stuff like that. So
Fantastic.
Awesome.
it's an ongoing chat, but we're getting there.
It's
I know. You guys can at least take these
of,
down and use all this.
The corner of East and Franklin.
Where?
East Avenue and Franklin.
Okay, awesome.
Okay.
Oh, that's
Pierce.
Pierce. Thank you. There we go.
Pierce and Franklin.
Pierce and East.
Pierce
and
and East Avenue. Okay.
Yeah.
Correcting.
Franklin and Johnson. I don't even think we have Johnson.
Well, I appreciate everybody's participation today. Yes, Jerry?
I don't know if this is appropriate for this forum, which means you can just like sit on your hands for a minute or something. But I saw on social media that Studio 1212 is moving to Ann's, Monroe Street, Dunedin. And of course, I'm so excited for them because of what all that means, but the loss of another art gallery in Clearwater, I have very mixed emotions. And I don't, like I said, I don't know that it's necessarily this board's thing, but it's a conversation I'm happy to have with anybody at any point about how to continue the public art activities that we do to the places as the world starts to open back up again. I've got some ideas in mind, and it might tie in with opening of Imagine Clearwater as long as I'm not in a scooter by the time that happens.
Optimism, not pessimism. Come on now.
Anyway, it's a conversation that I don't want, I want people to have. People who care. And we care.
Important topic to continue to see our artist community thrive.
Thank you.
And keep them in Clearwater. Not Dunedin. I know they think they're hard to work out.
That's the point.
All right. Thank you so much for your time. We'll adjourn.
Thank you, everyone. Thanks, Tim.
Look at you, 2:42. Just